Flux Motorsport fans, that time it was the Project Cars 2 servers that took advantage of us. We're going to see if we have it sorted out at this point. Hopefully we do. And it just continues to be what we thought it would be, as Bruce Lawn at Aston Martin continuing to lap down in the 143s. And
he's running consistent lap times all night.
Yeah, he's just tore it up. 143. Cat Guy and Pogo are keeping up, but they would have needed to get the track position early. Looks like there's a couple seconds have opened up between Cat Guy and Pogo, but I don't know. They haven't shown the raw speed here to catch up to Bruce Law, who right now has an advantage. As we've gone on and off the air a few times here, folks, we're looking at 12 minutes remaining, working lap 19 on the big Daytona International Speedway. Little, mind you, that immediately following this race, we've got the Flux American Sports Car Championships continue. We've got a couple of cars going around in turn one there, getting out of Bruce's way. We've got the LMP2 class coming up right here on the at the Daytona International Speedway. And in this series next week, we'll be heading with the entire American Tour along with the Indy cars to Willow Springs, one of my favorite tracks and one of a lot of people's least favorite tracks.
And I'm raising my hand to that one.
Hear that. Looks like a battle for position in 7th. Muttley just ahead of Taijo. If you want, real quick, now would be a good time, Joey, click on the timings and we'll see what the penalties are, how significant they're looking, keeping in mind that some of these penalties might be protested and removed. So most of them just 1 and 2 second penalties, nothing major there. 3 seconds for Super Crusher. So nothing that's going to wildly affect the race at this point. But yeah, let's take a look at that battle between, I believe it's Taijo and Muttley going at it for 7th. Hit circle, they'll back you out of it.
Hang on, actually, hit circle, it backed me completely out of everything. Don't want to do that.
Oh, there we go. Taijo got by Muttley, moved up into 7th. And so that's, you got to say, hell of a recovery drive. He had the early problem. He's just waited out 3 or 4 guys who've had to come in for repairs. And as a result, you keep the car. I used to tell guys all the time, if you keep the car on the track, you're going to finish in the top half of the field. And so far, Taijo is recovered. He's still on the lead lap, I believe, at the end of it, and running in 7th place. And now he's going to try to see if he can catch up to Super Crusher here in the last 10 minutes. NZ Jack has continued his move up. He's up into 10th now, got by Stoltz, and just trying to carve up every little point you can. This championship was so close last season that every position is valuable. I used to tell guys all the time, race 1 pays the same number of points as race 8. So get out there and get every last bit that you can, and that looks like what Jack's trying to do. But
every single race counts. Every single lap counts.
Yeah, get what you can, and that's what he's trying to do. I think he's thinking, I might be able to get to Survivor, and if anybody else has any serious problem, he might be able to get a couple positions out of it. But meanwhile, Cat Guy and Pogo continuing to stay close here for 2nd and 3rd. As you can see, I'm right there, and a little bit further back from them. I believe that's a lapped car that's right behind him, but Dirt Rally Pro, he's fallen back by a few seconds. As you see his laps, 145 last time. We'll see what it is this time. We may see, it may be those tires falling off of that Ford GT.
And we did say with the overcast and the cooler temperatures that there were going to be possibilities of tire issues.
Yeah, you're going to have grip in these kind of conditions as the rubber gets down and the temperature's cool. That's the thing. You're going to have grip, and more grip means more direct wear on the tires. People think when you're sliding tires, that's when you're wearing them out. Well, actually, when you have a high downforce car, the grip is really, you know, as you put the grip in the road, it puts more heat in the tires anyway, and that can be a good thing. But it also, like we said, we were talking last night in the IndyCar race, if you have a really aggressive, or I'm sorry, in the touring car race the other day, we were speaking on Flux TV, if you have a really aggressive setup and you wear the car out, this is when you find out in these last 5-10 minutes or so. So maybe that's what's happening to him. You can see his lap times have fallen off by about a second and a half, so I think maybe that's what's going on. But meanwhile, Cat Guy and Pogo continuing to hang where they're at in podium spots. And like I was talking about earlier, with the bad luck that Pogo has had, wreck after wreck, it seems, a lot of them not of his doing in this series over the past 2 seasons. I think that Pogo would be very happy to kick off the season with a podium. I was just going to say, this is a good camera to take a look at right here.
Yeah, take a look inside the car. We can actually see what he's looking at as he's trying to catch Cat Guy.
Looking to put the power down. Doesn't quite show us what we want to see on the telemetry there, but he's, you can see, picking up the draft. These are both Corvettes. They work well together on the super stretch. As you can see, he pulls right in, but he's got to get enough power down to make the pass. And you see Pogo, that's a veteran right there. He gave a little bit of a gap heading into the corner so that he can get his power down right here and not lose too much ground. If you stay right on top of that guy, you're going to have to be much harder on the brakes.
You're going to have to be hard. You're going to have to be harder on the brakes, and you could miss your braking point, sliding yourself out sideways. Whereas what he did here was Pogo was able to bring it out a little wider, take a little bit off of his brakes, and actually make the turn better.
And yeah, maintain the gap where he wants it. He wants to try to get close, coming right through this section, so that when he hits turn 6 and goes back out onto the super speedway, he's well within Cat's draft.
And then going through the chicane, he actually can gain a space.
So it's definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. Just 5.5 minutes to go. Looks like maybe Super Crusher and Mark C now have a battle for position brewing. Yeah, there it is. Is that Super Crusher in the Team Paris Spirit car that he ran last season, and Mark C in that, it looks a little worse for wear in that Ferrari.
I was just going to say the Ferrari looks like it's got a little bit of front end damage there.
But he has driven that thing all the way back up to 6th place, and he's knocking on the door for 5th. So once again, you take a race like that where you have enough banging and enough damage, and you still manage to get a top 5. I used to tell drivers on my race team that, you know,